these Korean men who have really taken care of their faces and taken care of skin. And it's that brightness. In Korea, this is going back, 1,500 years, right? It's out of this Eurocentric understanding of things.
안녕하세요, 원다입니다. K 콘텐츠를 바탕으로 글로벌 OTT 영향력을 유지한다는 전략인 넷플릭스는 올해 6,156억 원 정도의 콘텐츠 제작 투자를 늘려 2016년부터 누적 투자액 1조 4,700억 원에 이를 전망입니다. 오징어 게임, 이상한 변호사 우영우, 킹덤 등으로 한국 드라마 부문에서 흥행을 이어온 넷플릭스는 올해 예능과 다큐멘터리 부문 콘텐츠도 강화한다고 하는데요. 넷플릭스가 지난해 공개한 예능 프로그램 솔로지옥2는 해외 국가에서도 주목받으며 이달 초 비영어 부문 글로벌 탑10 TV쇼에서 9위에 올랐습니다. 넷플릭스는 한국 콘텐츠를 글로벌 시장 1위를 지키는 원동력 중 하나로 삼고 있는데요. 이는 전 세계 넷플릭스 가입자의 60% 이상이 한국 콘텐츠를 한 편 이상 시청한 것으로 나타났을 정도로 한국 콘텐츠가 전 세계의 일상 속에 자리한 하나의 장르가 됐기 때문입니다. 이렇게 한국의 콘텐츠가 세계의 중심에 서게 되고 세계인들에게 미치는 영향력 또한 커지면서 한국 콘텐츠를 향한 지적의 목소리 역시 주목을 받고 있는데요. 그중 대표적인 예가 솔로지옥에서 언급된 하얀 피부라는 말입니다. 해외 시청자들은 이 프로그램에서 피부색에 대한 언급이 수차례 나온 것을 두고 불편함을 토로했는데요. 한 출연자의 피부에 대해 다른 출연자들이 완전 하얗다, 순백의 느낌이라고 언급한 것이 발단이 됐습니다. 이는 해외 시청자들의 거센 반발을 불러일으키며 인종주의 논란을 촉발했고 백인에 대한 선망 혹은 모방의 반로라는 말까지 나왔는데요. 여기에 한국 누리꾼들이 흰 피부는 한국 미의 기준이자 출연자의 사적 취향이라고 반박하며 갑론을박이 벌어졌었습니다. 그동안 우리는 별 문제의식 없이 이런 표현들을 일상생활에서 많이 사용해 왔었습니다. 하지만 K-팝, K-드라마, K-뷰티 등 K-콘텐츠가 세계로 확산하고 글로벌 시장에서 세계의 수용자들과 만나며 충돌이 발생했습니다. 인종주의는 백인의 얼굴을 보편의 얼굴로 삼습니다. 그래서 아시아, 특히 한국의 발달한 뷰티 및 성형산업을 서구인이 되고 싶은 아시아인의 병리적 욕망으로 거칠게 해석하는 일이 종종 발생합니다. 이런 식의 해석과 인종주의에 대한 민감도 차이가 맞붙어 충돌을 일으킨 사례가 바로 솔로지옥의 피부색 논란일 것입니다. 비슷한 논란은 K-팝 아이돌 스타에 대한 화이트워싱, 옐로워싱 논쟁에서도 드러났는데요. 화이트워싱은 원래 헐리우드에서 비백인 역할을 백인 배우로 대체해 유색인을 지워버리는 행위를 의미했지만 K-팝 팬덤에서는 한국 팬들이 아이돌 멤버의 피부를 하얗게 보정하는 관행을 비판하는 말로 쓰입니다. 주로 해외 팬들이 이런 식의 보정을 비판하며 다시 어둡게 아이돌의 피부색을 재보정하는데 국내 팬들은 이를 다시 옐로워싱이라고 비판하며 아시아인이라고 해서 다 노란 것은 아니다 라고 반박합니다. 한국 팬의 백인 선망을 비판하는 해외 팬덤과 미백을 화이트워싱으로 규정하는 것 자체가 서구 중심주의라고 맞서는 한국 팬덤이 맞붙으며 어느 쪽이 더 인종주의적인가에 대한 논쟁으로까지 이어지고 있는데요. 이런 논쟁에 종지부를 찍은 대학 강의가 있습니다. 이는 지난 1월 20일 있었던 미국 펜실베니아 주립대 샘 리차드 교수의 사회학 수업인데요. 샘 리차드 교수가 1500년 전 한국에서 그려진 실생활 그림 한 장을 보여주자 지금까지 서구 중심주의적 시각과 사고가 당연하다고 생각하며 살아왔던 학생들은 생각지도 못했던 생생한 증거 앞에서 그대로 얼어붙어 버립니다. 함께 보시죠.
My nationality is Chinese. I'm a Mongolian, actually. My ethnicity is like Mongolian.
Mongolia. Both of you are from India. Yeah, born in India. Okay.
And I'm from South Korea.
What I want to talk about is skin, this preference for lighter skin that we see in Korea, we see it in China, we see it in India. I'd like to have a conversation about this a little bit. I like white skin because that's the preference. That's what we're saying. People in your country would say yeah to that. Light skin.
Yeah, more like there's like a beauty standard that people prefer, like pale virgin skin.
It's not even white, it's pale.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, who's pale? Who's is really pale in here? The redheaded guy, of course, man. Yeah. Dude, stand up. Let everyone see what pale looks like. Turn around. Yeah. All right. Back. So like him. Yeah. And the red hair? Would you like the red hair too? Yeah. In India? Like that guy? Dude, go to go to China, India, you'd be rocking, man. You're the star. Okay, what do you hear when you hear that? I like white skin. In India and China and Korea, that's a lot of people who are saying I like white skin. What do you think they mean when they say that?
I'm hoping it's like a color thing, not like a people thing. You know what I mean? Like white skin, like lighter people.
Not like white
Not like
people?
white people. Like they're excluding the people of color.
Yeah, so you could feel some kind of way about that.
Of course.
Yeah, you could. All right, you could also ignore it. What's that mean in your culture? Like, what's it about white skin?
Well, it's not like white skin, but it's like you want to be like fair. So you use like beauty products and stuff, and you don't really like tan like how people here do, but just like a lighter shade of brown, not like dark brown.
Is it a conversation that you have a lot?
Yeah, being fair is a commodity. Not
As a commodity?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. Like, if like my friend is like talking about her boyfriend or something, she'll be like, yeah, he's cute, like he's really fair, like random.
They
but,
would
like,
just throw that out there.
yeah.
Like as though it was like, he's really tall or he has a nice car or whatever.
There's only basically one race. There's no like differentiation between like race relations. Like it's like just the same race. So like when you talk about like skin color, it's pretty much just like when you're talking about like appearances and stuff. Instead of there's nothing related about race and like ethnicity and stuff. So.
What I'm hearing is that like here in the United States, when we see this, here's a thing, right? It doesn't mean like I like white people. It doesn't mean I don't like black and brown people. Bro, so you're all right, man. All right. And it doesn't mean black and brown skin is ugly. It just means I like light or pale skin or fair skin. In Korea, do you agree with him that it's just talk about that a little bit?
So like just based on my experience, I think like the majority of people like brighter skin.
Brighter skin.
It's not just like a brighter skin. It's like lighter skin plus clear faces without like wrinkles or like freckles. It's just like light skin and being clear.
Leah just said about clearness and like it's not just lightness. There's more to it than that. Korea is its own unique world and the world of skin and beauty, man. Bro, could you add to that or not?
I say that she said like people like brighter skin. I think it's like 100% accurate. Like people like brighter and pale. Well, as speaking in terms of the beauty standard in China, but maybe that does not apply in America.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But for sure that people like clear skin, like everybody like clear skin, good hygiene stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I have these marks on my face, right? Look at this mark here. Like these are like, oh man, like this is not clear, bright skin. And I'll be in conversation with Korean men in particular, like you say my age, or maybe we're video conferencing, or there's a couple of us who are speaking at something, maybe a conference. And I'm looking at their faces, these Korean men who have really taken care of their faces. And Korean men probably I think Korean men use more beauty products than men anywhere in the world. I don't mean just, like cosmetics, like K-pop bands and so on. I mean like foundation and stuff like that. You're taking care of skin. And it's it's brightness that, can you just say more about that?
It's basically about like getting like lighter and like bright skin plus just having like just to put on like great like expressions on someone. It's just better to have like clear and brighter skin.
Do you know men or boys who wear makeup, like wear foundation and stuff
Yeah,
like
just
that?
a few. It's not the majority.
Yeah.
But like if like he's interested in like makeup products or like just if they're like interested in their appearance, if they're into it, they do use those kind of products.
But it's the foundation stuff, right? It's to give the clarity and the
Yeah, but it's just for a few people.
Yeah.
But
So
there are some.
yeah. Can we talk about skin whitening cream, by the way? I have some. I got this in India. White perfect. Because when I think about white people, I think perfection. But it's white, it's perfect white skin. Is there a sense that having white skin or bright skin or light skin will actually give you benefits economically and so on. You're more likely to get a job, or you're more likely to move ahead.
I
Or
don't think it's like an economic benefits in the future, but it's more like if you have like brighter skin, you get a lot of compliments about your skins. While your like skin is so bright, you have like really clear face. That's kind of a compliment. So like many people have just preference over clear and white skins.
what about me though? Nobody ever says anything to me about my skin when I'm in Korea.
It's like personally, I believe like Koreans, they have like standards on Koreans,
Yeah.
and they have like different standards on foreigners.
Okay.
So like even if you have like freckles or like if you have like dark skins, they don't really care.
It doesn't matter.
But if you're like Korean, if you're like very close friends, they would like say something about your face
Okay.
besides just the skin color.
Uh-huh.
Why did none of you talk about the media and how the media portrays white people? Or like, you know,
Yeah, we just didn't get there. Do you want to say something about the media?
because I feel like that has the most effect on how we see people. You
Well-
see shows, movies, and all that.
Here is something. People have the idea that you all are comparing yourself, or you've built your beauty standards because of the West, because this Eurocentric vision of the world that Europeans, like, we pushed ourselves out around the world, we've created all this media, and everybody else wants to be like us. And so, you know, in Korea, as an example, you know, here is and from like the 5th century, Goguryeo,
고구려 kingdom.
Goguryeo, in like the 5th century, look at these faces, these pale, these are nobles. In Korea, it's and same with China and same with India. These are very agrarian societies. And so in all three societies, there's this desire to demonstrate your noblesse, your wealth, your power, your status. The best possible way to express it is by showing that you don't have to be in the sun. And so this is a 5th century mural on a tomb. And look at those white faces. I mean, it's so distinctly there. And do you know those words? Do you know that one? Do you know what it means? It's like people with colored eyes. And this is like rust face, or face of rust, like red. In the earliest discussions are of Europeans entering Korea, this is what they called Europeans, like people of color with colored eyes and rust faces, not white people. They didn't call them white people. They called them red people, red faces. So it's like none of this came from white people. This is all emerging from a society from within. And I think what makes this a really interesting conversation is because we step out of this Eurocentric understanding of things. But the kind of stuff that we're talking about goes back beyond media. You know what I mean? Like in Korea, this is going back, 1,500 years, right? So it's not about, what happens is we have the idea that the West imposes a media presence around the world and we follow. But so many of these preferences and ideas and perspectives, that's way before the media. In Seoul, the number of people that had just full body masks, who are, especially my age, full body masks, hats, body masks, so no sun even gets on their face at all. Race, the way we think about race is not the way the entire world thinks about race. It's just very different and very complicated.